Get ready, folks. We about to dive deep. I present to you the Akame ga Kill Iceberg. Let's go. Let's talk Akame ga Kill. In this video, instead of being character specific, we're going to look at facts, details, and inside information on the series as a whole. We're going to have a lot of fun in this episode. So buckle up, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and as always, enjoy the show. Also, watch out for spoilers. There's going to be a lot of those. Level 1. The Surface. Teams and factions. There are various teams and factions featured within Akame ga Kill's story. Here's a quick outline for each team. Night Raid, the main characters, a group of assassins who fight alongside the Revolutionary Army, who wish to bring an end to the corruption within the capital. The Jaegers, a group of warriors summoned by General Esdeath to bring a stop to Night Raid. In other words, the antagonists of the story. The Three Beasts, 3 warriors who worked for Esdeath prior to her assembling the Jaegers. The Rakusa Demons, 4 fighters with extraordinary abilities who work for Bullock. Last but not least, Wild Hunt. These guys just do whatever they want and are the enemy of both Night Raid and the Jaegers. Danger Beast classifications. Danger Beasts can be separated into various categories: Classes 1 through 4, Special Class, and Super Class. This is outlined in Takehiro's notes in Volume 5 of the manga. Akame ga Kill 0. Akame ga Kill 0 is the prequel story to Akame ga Kill. Here we discover Akame's origins, as well as the backstory between her and her sister Kurome. A couple scenes from Akame ga Kill 0 are loosely depicted in the anime for Akame ga Kill. Akame ga Kill Theater. Akame ga Kill Theater is a collection of comedic skits which depict the characters in a chibi art style. They would sometimes break the fourth wall or make references to the manga's storyline. Episode 24's post-credit scene. Episode 24 featured a post-credit scene where Akame would be ambushed by a mob of soldiers. This can also be seen as a foreshadowing to the series, which would later be revealed as Hinowa ga Crush. Hinawa ga Crush. Hinowa ga Crush is a sequel to Akame ga Kill. This time, Akame takes a back seat, while the story focuses on a new character named Hinowa. Akame ga Kill Abridged. There's an abridged series created by Grimjack69, which covers the first half of the series. I recommend checking it out. Esdeath's popularity outside of the fandom. Despite Akame ga Kill being a niche franchise, many anime fans are familiar with Esdeath. She's one of the few characters that has merchandise made for her, which we'll get to later on in the Iceberg. The Everyone Dies memes. One thing that this franchise is most known for is that most of the characters are killed off. Even people who don't watch the series are aware of this, as there are many memes revolving around the characters' deaths. The fan service. Aside from having a heavy amount of death scenes, this series has a heavy amount of fan service. Many things such as bikinis, nude shots, bouncing breasts, panty shots, and more. The anime is different from the manga. There are many notable differences between the manga and the anime. While the manga had a longer run, as well as a prequel series, the anime was condensed, skipping multiple story arcs and having an alternate ending. Many fans were not too happy about this. Level 2. Shallow Waters. The monthly Gangan Joker magazine. Akame ga Kill made its official debut in the April 2010 issue of Square Enix's monthly Gangan Joker magazine. Illustration booklets. Tatsuya Toshiro, the artist of Akame ga Kill, has released various booklets containing his sketches and concept art. Chapter 23.5. Chapter 23.5 was a side story that was featured in Volume 5. This chapter focuses on 3 side characters, Airfowl and Luna, who are taken in by a new caregiver. Unfortunately, this resulted in them being tortured and abused by a gang of thugs, which resulted in them taking their own lives. This chapter is infamous amongst many readers of the manga and was never featured in the anime. However, in the final episode of the anime, we see them make a cameo. Skyreach and Tsuki Akari are sung by Akame. The singer of both these songs, Sora Amamiya, is also the original Japanese voice actress for Akame. Cover art for Volume 10 and 11 are connected. If you place the cover art for both Volume 10 and 11 side by side, you could see that they're both part of the same illustration. Gan Joker Roulette. In Chapter 4 of the manga, we are introduced to a roulette wheel, which features various manga also published within the Gangan Joker magazine. Whichever series the player lands on, they would be teleported to that world. This roulette wheel would be a running gag featured at the end of each manga. Tatsumi is a Hatsuki-ai fan. Hatsuki-ai is another series published within the Gangan Joker magazine. Mine mentions that it's a series that Tatsumi likes. Tatsumi also gets very excited when he lands on it while playing the roulette wheel. Human beings can become danger beasts. If you've only watched the anime, you would see this as a speculation made by Run. However, in the manga, it has been confirmed that Dr. Stylish was working alongside Shira to create humanoid danger beasts. Koro is the series mascot. It has been noted that Koro is the series mascot. Koro is often drawn alongside the thank you message at the end of each manga volume. The Jaegers and Wild Hunt insignias. Although not commonly seen as the Night Raid insignia, there is an insignia for both the Jaegers and Wild Hunt teams. The insignia for the Jaegers team is shaped like a bird, similar to the one which flies past the team as Esdeath comes up with their name. The insignia for the team Wild Hunt is the same one featured on Shiora's shirt, who is the leader of the team. Level 3. Deep Water. Meaning behind the character names. The names of many characters within Akame ga Kill's world have a significant relevance behind them. The name Tatsumi means sleeping dragon, which coincides well with his story arc, where he transforms into a literal dragon. The name Akame is a combination of the words Aka, which is Japanese for red, and Me, which is Japanese for eyes. The same idea is used for the name Kurome, where Kuro is Japanese for the color black, having her name translate to black eyes. The namesake for Wave coincides with him being a fisherman. Pretty self-explanatory. The name Shell can be pronounced as Share, which is the German word for scissors. Leone is an Italian name, which derived from the Latin word Leo, which means lion. This coincides with the characteristics of her imperial arms, Lionel. Bulat is a type of steel alloy that was used in Russia during the medieval times. This fits well with the fact that he uses an armor-type Tegu. Susanoo's name is a reference to the Shinto god Susanoo. In Japanese, Susanoo can also be translated as he who helps by all means. Very fitting for his character. The Japanese pronunciation for Esdeath is a pun on the phrase Esdesu, which means I am an S. S referring to sadist. Seryu's surname, Ubiquitous, means happening everywhere all at once, like the injustice that's happening within the capital that she wishes to put a stop to. Gamer's Akihabara exhibit. On October 26 of 2014, the Gamer's Akihabara store in Japan held an event for Akame ga Kill. This was a promotional exhibit showcasing the anime. Lots of cool things were featured at this exhibit. This includes concept art, physical media, and even costume props. Akiba Drug and Cafe promotion. Within the same venue as the Akame ga Kill exhibit, the Akiba Drug and Cafe held a promotion where they would have various menu items based around the characters. Game collaborations. Despite there not being an Akame ga Kill video game, the series did have collaborations with other video game titles. Titles such as Sengoku no Tora Z, Bloodline, and Divine Gate. Pachinko machines. Like most anime franchises, Akame ga Kill did have a couple pachinko machines. The first one was a standard slot machine. The second one featured a screen which would show animated visuals. Here's a few screenshots of those visuals. Fairy Tale Perfume Collection. There was a perfume collection by the Fairy Tale brand in Japan. There were multiple fragrances based off of each member of Night Raid. Akame and Esdeath figures. There does exist highly articulated figurines of both Akame and Esdeath. Both of these are produced by Espada and Manta Studios. The details on these are very stunning. I should get one for myself. Tetsuya's sketches. If you dig around the internet enough, you'll find various sketches that Tatsuya has made for the fans. None of these are canon to the story, just fun sketches depicting the characters. Level 4. The Abyss. Cancellation of the series. On June 24th of 2022, a tweet was made by Strelka confirming the discontinuation of the Hinoa ga Crush manga, thus canceling the entire series as a whole. The decision was made due to the dwindling interest of the series. Tetsuya's good ending art. There is official artwork of what the characters' lives would be like if their lives were normal. I'm not exactly sure how to describe the Night Raid one, but the Jaeger's one looks like what it would be like if they were in a high school setting. Mine referenced in Saints Row 4. There is a DLC pack for Saints Row 4 which features costumes based off of various anime characters. One of those characters is mine from Akame ga Kill. Esdeath is a fan of Hinako from Zettai Reiki. At the end of Volume 8 of the manga series, there is a short comedic skit where both Tatsumi and Esdeath visit Hinako. Esdeath tells Tatsumi that she's a fan of hers, and wants to learn how to become a ghost. Tetsuya's nude art of Leone. If you tried looking up Rule 34 art of Akame ga Kill, you may have stumbled across this piece. This one was done by Tetsuya Toshiro himself. And there you have it, an Akame ga Kill iceberg. I know it's subjective to determine what's common knowledge from what isn't, but I used my discretion as much as I could.
See? All we want you to do is try.
Hopefully you learned at least one thing from this video. Feel free to share whatever thoughts you may have. That wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.